Okay, so let's go ahead and start the session. Yeah, so I'm looking at let me share a screen with you so that you can see what I'm looking at.
Uh, oh
Okay.
wait, that's not the. Oh yeah, wait, no, sorry.
That's the one,
Okay,
right?
yeah, that's the one. Sorry.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I saw this last time and I think I flipped it, that's why.
Oh yeah. I also tried to apply the changes, by the way, but yeah, I might need some like more help with that.
Yeah, I think the last comment I wrote was it was still looking like a blackout.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is I like some of the architecture. I mean the surface looks much better,
Hmm.
but I still think it's the reason I responded that it looks like a blackout is because the silhouettes and shapes,
Yeah.
they're very rectangular and very primitive.
Uh-huh.
And primitive meaning what I mean by primitive is that very basic shapes like rectangles, stuff that we've talked about many times.
Yeah.
So, like for example, for this area right here, like this block right here,
Hmm.
and this is something that you could probably try to improve.
Hmm.
Maybe try to add some shapes to it, or maybe some extensions here, stuff like that. Right? So,
Yeah.
just maybe try to get some more interesting silhouettes. Because if you kind of leave it as a square like this,
Hmm.
like more rectangular,
Hmm.
it's very obvious that okay, well, you obviously use 3D and you just kind of left it there, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so that's something that you should be aware of. And then even like this part here, if we zoom in to the archway,
Hmm.
why not add um, something even more? That maybe comes down. My computer is very laggy, by the way.
That's okay. You can also downres the image if you want.
Oh, it's pretty high res, huh?
Yeah, for the city. Yeah.
Okay. So what we could do here, you can add like another shape that kind of breaks this square shape. Sometimes they have like a like sort of a decorative element here, and
Oh,
that, and that kind of makes. Let me down res this. Huh? It would be easier. So yeah, you could easily like maybe add something where let's see. So you can add something to kind of break the shape out,
hmm.
and it kind of adds to the kind of a more because you're kind of going with a more of a fancy classical shape. So
Yeah.
I think just by trying to find ways to I guess avert the straight edges because you have a lot of straight edges going on here.
Hmm.
So maybe something to kind of alleviate that. Maybe there's like For example, this part maybe has a more unique shape. You know, that kind of helps. You know, it's really it's more the decorative elements that you're trying to emphasize in certain areas. You know, just by doing something small like this, that's already slowly changing. You know, changing some of the elements from looking too bland, right?
Yeah.
So as you learn to, you know, kind of do more of these, as you get better and better and better, you'll definitely be a little more sensitive to you know, to address like some areas where, you know, I could definitely use, you know, I could definitely use some areas of detail where it'll help, you know, pop out some areas.
Right.
Right. So for example, you know, a lot of the detail is up here, right? All right, let me turn off something really quick here. I have this, I gotta turn off the Discord stuff. It's really annoying. Sorry.
It's no problem.
Right. Okay. Hopefully that will silence a lot of stuff here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so just doing little things like that, I think will help a bit. And as far as the crystals, what's the idea behind the crystals?
Like I don't know if I can like explain it fully, but I imagine like since there's multiple like areas with the same like architecture, that each one, like each building carries like their own. It's kind of like a checkpoint thing.
Okay, this is gameplay, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think what was confusing is that like all the crystals have like a different color instead of like one. So like
yeah, and I think you have too many crystals.
Yeah.
Like there's way too many. Like I don't think you really need that much.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to put 4 down here, there's really no need to have ones here because right now it's starting to look like Christmas lights.
Yeah.
So you don't want that. Maybe I think what's maybe even more elegant is to have maybe just one big crystal.
Oh.
You know, that could help because you know if you're doing gameplay, right?
Yeah.
You know, you kind of want to. I mean, in my opinion, I think it's better to have one central crystal somewhere,
Yeah.
or maybe even like 3 central ones, right? But what you have here is way too many.
Yeah.
And it gets to a point where it's super noisy, and it actually takes away a lot of the flair that you have going for this building. And so I could, you know, paint this out right now. You know, just by doing that, now you have more of a focus right here.
Yeah.
But also, just looking at this right now, like I think the entranceway could use like a more kind of more elegant treatment. Again, like you see how you have these straight edges,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So try to find some way to eliminate that as much as possible wherever you can. You could do it for the middle part, but I think you know, like the archways and stuff. You know, you could definitely I'm just going to get rid of this. You could definitely do something a little bit more elegant, right? So
Yeah.
you could even like do maybe like kind of a, you have this part that's kind of transparent, perhaps. I like computers. You do something where you have like a negative space here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like if you do this, you could definitely have something, but you're adding an extra dimension right here, an extra depth. You have one
Oh,
that's kind of framing out here, right? And this part, could have like a more kind of maybe this part here kind of flares out a bit to form like a second base.
mm-hmm.
So it kind of repeats like, gosh, photo picker. So it kind of repeats like that, and then here you can have some sort of, if you want, you can have some sort of filigree that kind of emphasizes the fantastical or fantasy elements.
Yeah.
That kind of adds a little bit of interest here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now if you recover the left side, I think this part, just by having these accents, it gives a little bit more richness
Yeah.
to the comp or to the building. Okay, so that's one, right? So that's the first part. I think the second part you could try for this. I think the sky itself.
Uh,
Let's see. I want to do something where let me just lighten the sky just a tad, so that the background buildings kind of pop a little bit more. Like this one here, it gets a little bit lost.
oh, yeah. That wasn't that was intentional, but yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's you could still lose some edges back here,
Yeah.
but maybe let's just try something here. See that I could be wrong, which I am a lot. But let's see.
Actually, I think you're right. But by lightening like that part of the sky, like because the reason why I made it like a little bit more saturated in the left side is because like I was reading like Color and Light by James Gurney, and
Yeah.
um, it, I was looking up like daytime, like how to do daytime properly, and apparently like as the sky gets away from the sun, it becomes more like of a deeper saturated blue,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's what I that's what I tried to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I guess it doesn't like as long as it makes like intuitive sense, you have like some sort of artistic liberty to kind of bend things a little bit. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't need to be like
Exactly.
everything, but
Yeah.
it's just very subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pushing that part back a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, just to add some more atmospheric perspective and such. I think
Mhm.
this part's fine. You could even, if you want to play around with, if you want to get the warmth of the sun,
Yeah.
And more. Try something here. Try to use a soft light to sun direction is coming from here.
Yeah.
It's not doing anything. Oh, duh. Okay, hold on. I know what's happening because I hit the marquee. Now, okay, now I should try. I had a selection.
Oh.
And try to see if so I help it a little bit. So you kind of have the bluish cool.
Yeah.
And you have the little bit of warmth. And I'm trying to kind of add a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It gives it that pop.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I also have another question.
Mm-hmm.
In the thumbnail, I mean, in the paint over that you gave me, you said something about like moving a part of the left structure like to the next to the tree.
Repetition.
Yeah,
The
can you?
repetition.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure what you meant by that.
So okay. Let me say this real quick. So one of the things you could try to do here, and you don't really to the suggestion, but you have the structure here, right? So
Yeah.
and then you have a structure repeated here, which is great. Another thing is, I was just saying that you could also try to have that repetition of this structure down here as well.
Uh-huh.
So what it does is that it helps. It just helps, with the scale.
Yeah.
Helps push the scale of it. Like it'll help the viewer kind of relate the space a little bit better.
Uh-huh.
Because you have some repeated elements like this one here, and this one here. So it kind of gauges the space of where the viewer, like it puts it in kind of perspective of
Uh-huh.
what the viewer is looking at. But I mean, that's something that's of a personal choice.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't say necessarily it's like, oh, it's a rule.
Uh,
But let's say
yeah.
like if you're doing something where you have a little structure here that's kind of repeated. This is lower here, and but this
Oh,
one may have a tree on top, for example. This one's, it's just so that subconsciously, when someone looks at this, they can say, "Oh, okay, this is related to this, and that's related to that," and it's
oh,
just like something that's um, something that you could try,
yeah.
you know. But I
Okay.
think what you have is fine. It's not like it's only a minor thing, and you don't really need to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
this personal preference, yeah.
All right. yeah, and I know you say like a lot of the minor, it's like a minor thing, but to me, like I feel like I should like devote like a lot of attention like to like, the smaller things because I think that's kind of like what to me like is what I'm missing in a lot of my pieces, sort of.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's something that you'll eventually get in terms of that's something that you'll eventually understand if you do more of these.
mhm.
You know, it's just a matter of just practicing.
Yeah,
Like right here, I just brightened up the sun a little bit more.
yeah.
Not sure it's the right color. I don't think it's a little bit off, but the shadow.
So
Um,
basically, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead.
Oh, so basically, kind of like avoid the straight edges in the architecture and kind of better balance my like warms and
Try
cools.
to try not to use too many. I'm not saying you can't, but try not to do it such that it's going to dominate your whole composition.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially for this building, because it's such a it feels pretty like a unique structure. So
Mhm.
you know, man, this thing is really annoying. The the straight edges that you use um, will kind of stick out a little bit more because you have something that's really a little bit more curvilinear and sharp.
Yeah.
And here you have straight, which is fine, but it kind of carries on a little bit too long over here, and then you kind of want to vary it.
Uh,
You know, it's okay to have it in the middle, but you kind of want to vary it a little bit as you get towards the bottom.
uh-huh.
And usually by making the bottom taper out, not taper out, but kind of extrude out a little bit more,
Mhm.
it kind of finishes nicely because it indicates that okay, it's the base. It's supposed to be more solid and a little bit more fatter, right, or wider.
Mhm.
Right? So, and that's something that you'll see in a lot of architectures. Like usually the base elements are a little bit wider and a little bit thicker,
Mhm.
right? And as it gets towards the top, then it's maybe a little bit more delicate, a little bit more thinner. And then sometimes in the base, like it might end with something thicker as well.
Yeah.
So, like, and then also this part right here, you could definitely make this ledge right here, this edge.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I'm going to pop the shadow a little bit harder just to indicate that this thing sticks out a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Because that gives it a little bit more, yeah, like right here, right? Kind of more, gives it a little bit more thickness, but also it gives it a little more um, structural depth
Uh-huh.
where it really kind of pops out, right? Instead of remember the very first lesson we did with the just silhouettes in
Mhm.
general.
Mhm.
Remember that building I showed you? There's one
Mhm.
that has a lot of structures within the silhouette that kind of pops in and out, which creates like really deep and long shadows. And then
Well,
you have hmm?
what was it a demo?
No, it's just a slide. This is like when we first started. This is back in when we first started.
January.
It's like a long time ago.
Uh, hmm.
But I could show it to you again. So it's the same. It's the same principle where uh, it's like looking at a modern flat, modern skyscraper with a lot of glass, but the building's pretty much flat, right?
Yeah.
And then you have like an Art Deco building, which has a lot of like sculptural elements and has a lot of um, pillars that kind of come out pretty far,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of areas that kind of extrude out, and also push back in.
Oh.
I can show you. Let me see. Let's see.
Is it like a curve, like a sci-fi building that you're talking about?
What is?
The slide that you were referring
No. It's just a regular building.
Oh.
So I could show you. Okay, so you look at this, right?
Yeah. Like how thick? Like
do you see how
shadows are?
far these things come out? And actually, this is a little noisy. Let me pick another one.
Okay.
Okay, like this one here, right? Like you see, like how these columns, those pillars,
Yeah.
structures.
Yeah.
You see how deep that thing goes in that it creates a cast shadow here,
Yeah.
right? So you could definitely, kind of incorporate that into your into the structure. Let me try to find a better example. General, like even like this one here. I mean, of course, Art Deco is totally different, but just in general, the shapes are very like there's a lot of forms going on in the surface. Even though it's a square building, right?
Yeah.
Still a lot of forms pushing in and out, and you can see by the lighting, there's a lot of nice shadow that kind of
Yeah. Yeah,
gives.
especially when I'm in the 3D phase, I always test like my buildings like shadows and silhouettes when I render it just to see like if it reads properly, if it reads well.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's look at the opposite. If I could find a good one. Um, Glass building. Yeah, if you look at, let's say, something like, trying to find one here. When you look at something like this, right? See, a lot of straight edges. Surface is pretty shallow,
Yeah.
right? So imagine like if you were to put this in the game, right? It's gonna look. I mean, just by its basic shape, it's pretty plain, right? Pretty boring,
Yeah.
right? So that versus like the other building I showed you,
Yeah.
like especially for this type of building, like since you're doing a more fancy building,
Yeah.
I would expect that you'll get a lot of depth within the structure of the building, like the makeup. Right? If you're doing a more of a sci-fi building, then okay, the other style may be better too. Right? It may
Yeah.
work better
Yeah.
because it's modern, but because this is a more fancy style type of building,
Uh-huh.
they have a lot. You would expect there's a lot of really nice carving, like carved in structures, and a lot of overlapping structures and structures that create a lot of depth in the
Right.
when you have shells. So and also like areas where you want to kind of push the elements a little bit more. Like areas where it kind of pushes the silhouette even more. And maybe it might do something like that. Just to really exaggerate a little bit more. Right? Like something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Do this part kind of continue like that, and this is something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
seeing what you mean.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying like I see what you mean. Yeah.
You're just basically pushing a little bit more, right? Like just really because it's a fancy
Yeah.
environment, so anything to make
Yeah.
it a little bit more extravagant and a little bit um, less plain.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would help a lot. So,
Cool.
so I'll save this, but you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Basically, like, just not like for some parts of the architecture, just maybe like experiment with like pushing some parts outward a little bit so it
Yeah, yeah,
creates
yeah,
like deeper
yeah.
shadows.
I mean, you still have I think overall it has a nice feel to it, but
Mhm.
you still have some elements here that kind of
Still
ruin
feel
the whole
original.
thing,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
and then the lighting part, it just add a little bit more warmth.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, Generosity.
If you were to like, I guess, give like a percentage of how finished this is, what would you say it would be? Would this be
Percentage?
like what like my do you think this is my like my most finished piece that you've seen so far?
Yeah, I would say that. I think it's well. I mean, okay, you did the other one last time, the factory one, right?
Yeah.
That one was pretty finished, but I think in comparison to this one's more refined.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I think
Okay.
you're starting to understand how to put the different how to put the forms together nicely.
Hmm.
Or the other one, still has some issues, like scale issues or just the way things were put together. Like
Hmm.
it was a little bit. There was a
Like indecision. So
yeah, there was a probably less understanding
yeah.
of how the structures are put together. But I think this one, I think you have a better understanding on how everything kind of relates.
Yeah.
But still room for improvement, of course.
Yeah.
That's always so.
Yeah. Cool.
But I think it's definitely a jump. Um, the only thing I would say is, yeah, I think like some of the texture materials you could definitely try different material contrasts.
Hmm.
So this may be like some areas maybe a little bit more decorative, some may be more simple, and so forth.
Hmm.
So this is your sergeant study.
Oh boy. Yeah. Uh, this was really
The
bad.
face is hard, huh?
Yeah, I decided to opt out of showing the face because I think it would if I did it would have destroyed like this even more.
Okay.
Yeah, it I'm not a portrait guy, but I tried really hard on this.
Okay. General street architecture redesign. This is pretty cool.
Uh,
Oh, this is the render. Oh, okay. This is the render version.
oh yeah,
Okay.
like everything in place.
Let me look at the other stuff first, then.
Oh,
Oh, you
okay.
modeled this first.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I think it has some pretty good details.
mm. Those are just like my warm ups, like for
Oh, wow, okay.
yeah. So just trying to practice like brush economy and
How long? How
illustration.
long did it take you to do each one?
Each one was about like an hour and a half.
Hour and a half?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't. I try not to spend too much time on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those are just to just I guess show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with this one,
Mm.
this is a paint over on top of a 3D model, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think just looking at this,
Mhm.
execution wise,
Mhm.
using faux textures and
Yeah.
paint, right?
Yeah.
So I can give you something right away. I have some comments on that.
Okay.
Okay, so first off, you know how you have your brick textures,
Yeah.
right? And then you have your roof textures here.
Mhm.
And then you have this here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, so if you were to critique your own work, what would you say that you can improve? Oh, first of all, when you look at this, can you find anything wrong that's in this concept in terms of how you treat the materials?
They're all for the bricks are all flat. Like they don't. There's no like depth like in it.
Okay. Okay,
And,
that's okay, yeah, but that's not really the main thing.
oh, is wait is my scale off,
Um,
or is that not the main thing that you're talking about? Although they're all like a similar like value range. Um,
yeah,
but
that's part of it.
and
I think scale may have something to do with it as well.
uh,
What else?
it's all the same value. Is that what you're
Same
trying
value?
to get at? Yeah. I'm not.
Um,
I don't.
no, that's good. That's good. I mean, I want you to kind of see what's going on first, and then I could kind of point out some of the things.
Hmm.
What
Uh,
else? What else?
is it wait? So you're saying like all like something's wrong with like all the bricks? Like in
Yeah, I mean, okay. So when you look at this thing,
yeah.
does your eye rest in areas?
Oh, I just stare like the immediate focal point is like the clock in the middle. But other than that, like yeah, it seems is it too balanced?
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with the design, but
Oh,
it's the way you. I'll give you a hint. It's the way you chose your textures and how you choose to represent it. I guess.
uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, look at all the different bricks you have on your and the shingles that you have on the roof.
Uh-huh.
What is it? And I'm trying to make you think here, like to kind of look out for your own stuff. Is
Yeah.
what do you see that's pretty common between the three different materials?
Uh the sizes like the size of the bricks are all like the same.
Yep,
Oh,
yep,
wait, is that what it is?
yeah. That's definitely one of the main things.
Oh, uh-huh.
But the frequency, right? Of
Oh, okay. Yeah.
see that?
Yeah.
So you see, like this is really busy, and then you get to hear this is really busy, and this is really
Oh,
busy, and because they're all the same sizes, right?
yeah, yeah.
And then and honestly, like you don't really need to put bricks everywhere. You could
Oh,
what you could do is you could definitely you keep the bricks on the main wall, the red bricks.
uh-huh,
Actually, honestly, I would make them a little bit bigger, scale them up a bit more.
uh-huh.
I would resolve this rim here because it kind of looks weird. Just no
Yeah.
one lays bricks like this. Like usually there's like maybe a thicker, maybe there's like a metal piece here that kind of frames this clock.
Oh,
Better
okay.
yet, why don't you just make the clock big, right?
Uh-huh. Oh, you mean like to fit the hole?
Yeah,
Oh,
just do this. Try something like that. I know it's not in the part of original design, but sometimes when you go through the whole process, you realize, oh well, the thumbnail doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
So you can try something like that, and then break this open and some, expose the gears.
Oh, okay.
Because this is pretty noisy design too. Like actually, a lot of things are very noisy overall.
Uh-huh.
Right, so expose the mechanics here.
Right, right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my computer is so buggy. But just expose mechanics here, and then as far as the brakes, you can make these a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And here, you could just see this as a plain stone.
Mm-hmm.
This is your area of rest now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might even maybe put some simple cuts. Some masonry. They have like simple cuts like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even this part here, you could leave as plain as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because the plane areas, the areas of rest will help frame kind of high frequency rate.
Yeah.
And then this part here, like again, use the same frequency of stuff. Try making this a little bit bigger, like bigger shingles.
Oh, okay.
Not bigger, but what's that big? Let's say maybe like increase the size by 50%, or use different types of shingles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to have some variation.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's this part? Is this metal?
Uh, yeah, or it's kind of like a bronze or copper.
Okay, so that one you got to figure out what that one doesn't quite work. It looks unfinished.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then as far as this goes, this is way too noisy. I think you guys it'll work out better if you go with something more simple.
Oh,
Like
okay.
just a simple cog
Uh-huh.
with negative spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So something like this, right? Like you just break out the holes here, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe document the silhouette a little bit more.
I guess to to just try to like show you what I was thinking. Like I was looking at like call outs that were that like some of the people from God of War did, and
Mm-hmm.
when I was referring to those, like I noticed like that like a lot of their they didn't like leave any space or room for like I guess like an area of rest because everything like looks so photoreal and detailed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, while I was looking at that, like I guess it kind of rubbed off on me and that's what I tried
Yeah,
to.
it also depends what was the concept.
It was like a gate. Like I was specifically like this guy
Oh,
named
gate.
Abe, yeah, like Abe
I
Taraki.
think I know which. I think I know which one because
Yeah.
we worked on some gates
Oh,
before.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy I was looking at is Abe Taraki.
Oh, Abe. Yeah, yeah. I worked with that guy.
Oh, was he also your student?
No. He's not. No, he's
Okay.
not. He. Yeah, it's funny because he worked at Amazon with me for. Well, he just started Amazon, and I just left. So
Oh.
we were having we had like a kind of a 2 week gap, a three
Oh.
week gap between transition.
Oh, okay.
So but he went back to so,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So he's back at Sony now. It's funny because I just saw him when I was doing because we were visiting Sony because we were you know uh, helping them out a bit, and then
Uh,
it's like, hey man, you're back. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I know which day you're talking about then because yeah,
Oh, yeah. It was like a yeah. And,
this is from the previous, yeah, because he worked on the previous God of War, so yeah, So that one's a little different because
Uh,
that one, if it's a right gate, I think that one's a little bit more. Actually, can you find is it online?
yeah, it's on his art station. It's the Realm Gate. Like, yeah,
Yeah, the Realm Gate. Okay,
yeah.
so
But even so, like I also looked at some of like the League of Legends like callouts too, and even like I think they painted all of it without like and used minimal photos, but it still looked like it still kind of looked very detailed and stuff. But
yeah, I mean, it depends how you handle the details too. So I'm trying to look at the. Let's see, which one is it?
oh, the you were just on it, like the one with like the
This
big
one?
circle in the middle. That no, that one. Yeah,
This one?
yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, he has there is a rest.
Oh, oh,
Yes.
actually, yeah, I kind of see it now.
Yeah. Yeah. See, even though like he has some detail here, but if you look at it overall, it's still pretty simple, right? And there are details here,
Mhm.
right? Kind of leads your eye.
Yeah,
But on yours, you have
it was
detail
everywhere.
everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And also value too, right? He had, there's value separation as well.
Hmm.
So and also color separation, color accents,
Hmm.
uh, warm versus cool,
Hmm.
and then detail here where you need to look,
Yeah.
right down the middle here, right in the edges. And this
Hmm.
area is, even though it has cracks and stuff, that's still considered pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's just a
Okay.
crack. It's not like frequency.
Okay. Yeah. Now I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we. I
Here, right?
think. Yeah. Yeah.
Simple value, even though you have some detail, but it's so subtle. But
Yeah.
all the detail is right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for pointing that out. Like I
Yeah.
kind of just I don't know. I mean, like thanks for pointing it out like again because I forgot. Yeah.
No, it takes a while. I mean, even like this one here, right? This one has detail, right? But they're all grouped in the same value. So when you look at it from far away, it just reads as one simple value.
Uh huh.
And here you have a lighter value here. So,
Yeah.
again, same thing here. You have some detail here, but again, it's all under one value and then one value. So
Hmm.
really, it's value grouping.
Hmm.
So it's really value grouping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So for this one, I would say try this again.
Yeah. Yeah. And I anticipated like to do like revisions because yeah, it just feels kind of like a first pass at it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's first pass, and I think that's fine.
Mhm.
Uh, but I think the design still holds up. It's just maybe the clock.
Mhm.
I think you could probably get a little bit more. This clock feels like a clip art.
Oh yeah. I should probably get like in like I'm gonna mask out like an antique clock instead. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
And then also another critique that I have is that the elements they don't feel like they belong in the same place. Like it
Uh-huh.
feels like the parts feel like this part feels 3D, this part kind of more photo bashed,
Uh-huh.
this part's kind of like not finished.
Oh.
This part's kind of painted.
Uh-huh.
So you have a lot of different things going on here. So
So like so
try
would
to make
you
it, yeah, make it
yeah,
consistent.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a
Yeah, so this one you gotta work on.
yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You did good in the other one, but this one, did you try to do the
Uh
same week or something or
huh?
try to do it within like a few days from each other? Or were you like,
Oh, I I spent most of my time like doing the 3D model, and then when it got to the textures, actually this actually wasn't the first pass at this.
oh,
There was I experimented with like some more like photos and variations, but I just had a really hard time because I guess it's with the genre because I
yeah,
like blending like it's blending like a clock with the building. Like I never, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how it's gonna.
okay,
But yeah, I mean it translates like it's. I didn't really have that much of a problem doing it in line, but then that's also disregards like what kind of colors do I have to add on this architecture, and I also
yeah,
have to think about like what materials and photos to bring in. So I
yeah,
think I have to like build that skill up more
okay,
too.
yeah.
So
The 3D model that you have actually looks pretty cool. The big cog in the middle.
mhm.
How come we didn't do that?
Oh, yeah, it didn't look that. Oh, okay, yeah. I couldn't figure out like the right texture, the right material to
Uh,
attach with it. Um,
I
but
think what you could do before you attach the actual materials on it is
yeah.
just do a quick color swatch.
Oh, colors. Yeah, can you show me how to do that really quick? Because I don't. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
one
could
of the main things. Yeah.
see. So color swatch, you see here. So you use flat colors.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, and you want to do it kind of small, like that maybe. You just basically do a quick swatch.
Oh, like you mean just like a quick paint over?
Yeah, quick color passes to see how everything. And of course, my computer's kind of stupid.
Oh,
So you kind of do, quick swatch. For example, let's say I want to use, um, instead of let's see here. Why don't you see? Let's go this way. Oh, it's way too bright.
and when you make up these color swatches, because when I was something I also had trouble with was I had a lot of reference of other architecture up too, and I was trying to like mix and match like what colors to go with each other. Like, is that something that
Hmm.
you wouldn't advise to do?
Mix and match, maybe.
Like, I was looking at like some Byzantine architecture, and I'm like, oh, I like the color of the roof, and I'll take that. Then, oh, I like the color of like the bricks and on the side, and then from a different building, oh, I'll take that too. And then when I
Oh
mix and
yes.
match it together, it's like,
So I would usually stay with 3 colors at the most,
oh, three colors. Okay,
three
cool.
to four.
Yeah.
Four. The fourth one should be like maybe an accent,
Hmm.
but usually like the rules of threes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to stick with 3 main ones, like one main one, and two of them are like. Cause it's kind of like the thing with proportions, right?
Uh-huh.
I want to stick with the big main 3 reads,
Uh-huh.
and third or fourth ones are usually percentage wise, it's just the lesser one. Like it's usually like the 10%. So probably like a 70, 20, 10 or something like that, like 70%, let's say for this one, 70%, like kind of that deep brick red color,
Yeah.
and then 20% of the gold and then 10% of bronze or something, I don't know.
Hmm.
So in that proportion.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, cover splash, something like, that, where just cover over the areas just to get a
Hmm.
quick read on how, yeah, And you could render in some form as well, just to kind of get the gist of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, I'm just doing a very quick, very dirty. I just want to see how everything kind of goes together.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course, like later on, you could do like shadows to kind of see how everything goes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is actually very helpful.
Just really quick, just to kind of test it out and see.
Yeah, I should have done this. Yeah.
Like, okay, so right now, like, you know, I'm putting this yellow down, but then like, okay, well, maybe that's not going to work because this part is actually brick or stone.
Yeah, yeah.
So I may want to kind of go of a lighter tone. So I'm do something like that.
Okay, I'm definitely going to do this.
You know, something like, you know, of course, do it near the night than I'm doing, of course, but
yeah.
But just to, oh, actually, let me show you something. I did something for Amazon that was similar.
Oh, cool.
So I think it might be on my ArtStation. Hey, if you look at my ArtStation,
When are you gonna post like more work?
oh man, dude, yeah, I'm so bad.
No, I don't know. You're not.
I'm just like I'm so bad at doing updating. I haven't had
Oh,
time, man. It's just like life just took over.
oh.
I should do it. I really should do it because let's see, breakaway. So this is a card start right here. Right here.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Just a sketch, but it's a card swatch, essentially. So I have my references here. And I have my card swatches. So, you know, here is like, you know, you break it down percentage wise. This is probably like 70%. This is probably, you know, 10%, 70%, 10%, 15. And the blue stuff in the bottom here, that's probably like, I don't know, 5. Yeah. Because we're looking at Caribbean architecture in the Caribbean. Kind of yeah. So that's our game. Early on. This is a sketch, and then you have the color swatch here. Can't give it that.
Do you usually like get your colors off of like one main architecture reference, or does it just happen to be just very specific?
This one in particular is pretty specific. Mainly for the early prototype that we did, it was we want to be very colorful and very a little bit more juvenile because this is something a little bit more fun. So we want to get more fun colors. So we went for a very saturated palette. And then as the game got a little bit more, as we pivoted more, we got a little bit more serious. The tones, the colors got more muted.
Right.
As always happens. So I'm trying to think like, yeah, so it was pretty, yeah, it's pretty, this is fun. I like doing these props. It's awesome. It's so fun. I kind of missed that. Then we got more serious, which is this one here. You know, a little bit more real world proportions. More, you have straight lines in this one. The early one I showed you,
yeah,
my art director did not want any straight lines at all.
Oh,
because it's more whimsical, right? So the line work can dictate the mood of the concept.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we tried that. Save that. So that's a quick way to do it before you even start thinking about rendering color.
Yeah, thanks. I think this time I'll have a easier time trying to figure
You
it
just paint over in this one,
out.
the overlay or. So these are warm ups. Okay, that's cool. Saturate colors. It's good. Oh, I know what this is. This is Iceland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know that reference.
Oh.
I know exactly that reference because
Whoops.
I've used it.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Yeah. It's not a lot of good photos on Google, really. At least like the ones.
Use Pinterest. Pinterest is good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think I think this is great. Just keep pushing.
Okay.
Yeah. So. All right. So I'll see you in the 20th.
Right. Do we talk about the assignment?
Assignment is to redo the that building. That's your assignment.
Okay.
And then so are you planning to go back to the other painting, the Juno painting?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it like another shot.
What do you plan to do with that?
Oh, you mean the one that you just painted over? Just like apply the feedback and try to see if I can make it better.
Oh no. The first one we did. Are you done with that? The one the palace, the building, the gazebo building.
Oh, yeah, that was the one I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
And also like the call out.
Yeah, the call. So I'll do the call out. We do that.
Yeah.
Try to arrange the materials better. And then second thing is for the painting, the overall painting. You gonna try something else with
that? Yeah, like the thing I'm gonna do the most is applying the feedback that you gave me, and then if it still needs like work, then I'm gonna try to figure out like how to, I guess, finish it really.
Okay. Yeah, I think for the first one that we did, I think that one tried to address the some of the smaller details by trying to eliminate the straight edges.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really push the forms of some of the details. Like especially how the straights kind of go straight to breakout or or into a curvilinear form, right? So how would you address that? Yeah.
Should I not do any more sergeant studies, or is that?
Yeah, I mean, do you not like that?
No. I enjoyed it, and I think I need to do it more because I'm really like not so keen on characters, but I mean, it was just hard.
It's hard, but yeah, I mean, I think you should do it in your free time. You don't have to do it for this assignment, but I think you should at least try to get through the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know it's a struggle, but once you get through that struggle and you understand it, then I think it'll benefit you for sure. Like,
yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll integrate more of that into my things.
But I would say just do a call out and do whatever revisions you need to do for the painting. So
okay.
Yeah, those are the two assignments.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. All right, man. So I'll see you in about a week.
Yeah, I think it's like 9 days.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah, actually, that's perfect because that's a good time. That's a perfect amount of time. It's not too long, so that I could kind of see what's going on. Yeah. So and that should make up our missed those 2 missed sessions, right? Or that 1 missed session.
I still have 1 missed session left from, I think it's either on October or November. I think it was in October because I went to Paris.
October. Okay. All right. We need to figure something out on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's fine. But yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Yeah. Good stuff, though.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you actually meant that, but
No, I meant
yeah.
it. I meant it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I always. Oh, by the way, so I work with KB.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I always kind of like brag to him and say, hey, like you better keep up, man. He's gonna like, he's surpassing you, man.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah. He said he dropped out of class. Last
Yeah,
week.
I didn't see him on the last day, which
Yeah.
kind of sucked. But I mean,
No, he's just busy. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, you better watch out, KB. Just watch your back mirror. He's gonna catch it.
Yeah. I'll
pressure.
try, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try to do a better job.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good. Just keep going. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right. See you, man.
Bye.